Welcome to our explainer. Today, we're diving deep into a 2,000-year-old message from the book of Revelation. You can think of it as a really intense performance review for a church that, honestly, seemed to have it all together, but was actually on the verge of a final warning, one that could shut them down for good.
So, we're going to break down this ancient letter to the church in Ephesus, and we're going to frame it like a kind of spiritual health report. It's a pretty fascinating case study in how a group of people can be so incredibly right about their beliefs, and yet, somehow, so wrong in their heart.
Now, this message, recorded by the Apostle John, is presented as coming straight from the glorified Jesus Christ, and he's described as someone who holds the churches right in his hand and walks among them. So the picture you're supposed to get is that he knows them inside and out, the good, the bad, all of it. What's really interesting is that the letter is addressed to the angel of the church. But if you look at the original Greek, the word is angelos, which, just means messenger. This kind of hints that the message isn't only for a human pastor or leader, but that there's this whole spiritual dimension to the life of the church that's also being addressed.
Okay, so the review kicks off with some really high praise. Before a single word of criticism, there's this detailed list of everything this church was doing exceptionally well. And let me tell you, it is an impressive list.
I mean, look at this. This was a community with just rock-solid integrity. They worked hard, they endured through tough times, they absolutely refused to put up with evil, and they had incredible discernment. They were actually testing these traveling teachers and exposing the fakes. These were tough, resilient people, totally committed to the truth. So they're doing almost everything right, which, honestly, makes the main criticism hit even harder. After hearing all that good stuff, you have to ask, what could possibly be wrong? They really sound like the model church, right?
Well, despite all that tireless work, their patient suffering, and their defense of pure doctrine, this divine evaluation zooms in on one single, devastating problem, a problem that threatens to undo every single good thing they were doing.
And here it is. After all that commendation, the tone just shifts on a dime. This is the part of the performance review that really, truly matters.
Wow. So all their hard work, their defense of the truth, their hatred of evil, it had all just become an end in itself. In their passion to be right, they had completely forgotten why they were doing it in the first place. They'd abandoned the very thing that was supposed to be driving them, love.
And we need to be clear, this isn't about losing some warm, fuzzy feeling. The love being talked about here is supposed to be the very engine of the Christian life. It's tangible. It's the love for God and for other people that's meant to fuel all that hard work and doctrinal purity. But the message doesn't just point out the problem and leave them hanging. It actually provides a super clear, three-step prescription to get back on track. It's a direct, actionable plan for restoration. The path back is pretty straightforward. Step 1, remember. Remember how things were in the beginning, when love was at the center of everything. Step 2, repent. And this is way more than just saying I'm sorry. It's a fundamental change of mind, a change of direction. And third, repeat. Do the exact same works you were already doing, but this time, do them for the right reason.
And just to make sure they get how serious this is, the message wraps up with a really stark warning. But it doesn't just end there. It also offers this beautiful, profound promise for those who actually listen and make the change.
So the warning is severe. A lampstand in this context basically represents the church's entire existence, its light in the world. To have it removed, well, that means being shut down, ceasing to be a true church at all. This just hammers home the point that love isn't some optional extra. It is absolutely essential to the church's identity. But then, in a really interesting twist, right after that heavy warning, the message circles back to praise them one last time for hating what is evil. And this shows that having the right kind of love doesn't mean you just become tolerant of things that are wrong. In fact, it seems true love and a righteous hatred of evil are actually meant to go hand in hand.
And then we get this. It's a call for everyone to listen up. Even though this was written to one specific church 2,000 years ago, it's clearly intended as a timeless lesson for any group, in any time period. So what's the big takeaway for us? Well, it's really about a powerful balancing act. Holding firmly to the truth and having strong convictions is absolutely vital. But if that conviction isn't fueled by love, even the most doctrinally perfect efforts can just become hollow, and ultimately, they can fail.
And the whole message lands on this incredible promise. Notice it's aimed not just at the group, but at the individual, the one who conquers. And that leaves us with this final provocative thought about personal responsibility, that maybe real change starts with just one person.
and about the eternal hope that is the ultimate reward.